and you can't blame me. I'm starving too, can you feed me? I haven't slept the right 5 days now. Mama knows I'm going crazy. I'm not your mascot, don't pay me. I'm only here for the taking.
So today I'm joined by Francisco from Sangre, who's joined me to chat about his musical career. Welcome to Totally Music. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Our drummer, Yasef, and our bassist, Liana, are available right now, but I'm gonna take cover and just kind of explain like who we are and how we started and all that. So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you for wanting to be part of Totally Music. So how did you all meet?
So we have been doing music for around 10 months now, and a little bit before September of last year, I was working on my own solo things under my stage name, The Outsider. Originally, I wanted like a group or at least a band to like do my own solo project, and I'd reached out to our drummer, Yasef, through Instagram because we had been following each other for like a while, and I wanted to see like how he would play in person. I invited him to a recording session, and he was great. We both like really liked how we like vibed with each other. Um, so we started playing more, playing like just rehearsing our, just jamming to our own stuff, and then we kind of like decided that we wanted a bassist. So I went back into the socials and I tried to figure out like who was a good bassist in our area, or at least in New York City. And there had already been somebody else that was following me for my own solo thing, and I invited him to rehearsal. But I'd also found Liana, and I invited her as well. And then we had the first guy come in. He was good. He's really good and very technical. But as soon as like Liana came into the picture, she just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like everything just kind of flowed very well together. We jammed out like as if it was nothing. Like we had known each other for years, and that was like the easy part. Like immediately we were like, yeah, we need you. We need you. Like please play with us. And that's how like our band started.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the name?
Originally, I wanted it to be called Mother's Milk, but I guess there's like a Red Hot Chili Peppers album or song with the same name. I'd never even listened to it. I had no idea that they used that name before. And Liana was like, "No, we can't use that. The Chili Peppers already used that." And I was like, okay?" She was like, "Why don't you use Sangre?" And I was like, "Okay." I mean, I guess it makes sense. We're all Latino. She's from Puerto Rico. Yasif's from Honduras. My family's from Mexico. So I was like, "Yeah, let's go for it. It sounds badass. Why not?" So yeah, she came up with the name, and we all approved it.
Yeah. So you recently released your debut single, Chainlinks. Would you like to tell us about it?
Yes. So this was like the third or fourth idea we had. Hmm. And we had already been rehearsing in like our own studio that we have in Brooklyn. And we've just been like throwing around ideas for like weeks. And it was just like nonstop, like bouncing off of each other. And we were just vibing out so well together. Everything was perfect. And then Liana was like, let's make something like at my apartment. Like everyone come through. She lives in the Bronx. So we took the train up there, and we were just again just playing around with chords, trying to figure out something that grooved. And that was like our first official like, okay, we have like the layout for this, and it took us like 15 minutes.
Nice.
And yeah, we had made the skeleton in like 15 minutes. We made another song in that same session, um, like super quickly. And yeah, I got the lyrics for the song. I don't know if you listened to it yet, but it came. Well, it was inspired by a GQ interview with Robert Pattinson. That's kind of where I got the whole idea from.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely pulled a lot of inspiration for that, and also just my own experience, like trying to make it in the city and being an artist or a musician, and just the whole lifestyle that comes along with it. That's kind of like the premise behind the song, really.
Sounds good. So what memories will you take away from the creation of the song?
I would probably say um, it kind of marks like a milestone and really like taking this whole musicianship to like the next level
Yeah.
of really being able to like work with other people, because I've always worked on my own and done my own solo things, and definitely take away a lot of mistakes and a lot of like trying to figure it out, and a lot of like I'm not gonna stop until we figure this out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll take away a lot of like persistence and a lot of determination to really get the song out there and build things around it and really show like the world like, hey, this is what we're about, and like we want everyone to hear, we want everyone to know. If that makes sense.
I like it. So what have you learned from the creation of the song that will help you out in the future?
Definitely be willing to be weird. Don't stick in just one box. Like I learned that so much from these guys. Be willing to be weird. That's like the best thing I can take away from this. Like if you think it sounds groovy, if you think it sounds like you're like out of your comfort zone, like go for it. That's something I
I like it.
give big props to Joseph and Liana for sure.
That's great. So what's been your favorite musical memory so far and why?
I mean, we just had our first show last Saturday,
Yeah.
and that's definitely on like the top three so far. We have another show coming up in a few weeks or next week. But yeah, being on the stage with them was definitely like a core memory of this whole journey, and that was like our first real venue, or at least my first real venue. But yeah, I would never. That's a memory I'll never trade for anything else. Like the first real venue that booked us, so I'd say that one.
Nice. So if you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Um, I've always had a fascination with Europe and going to like going to Paris or going to Amsterdam or like Rome. Um, and I've never been to any of those places. But I'd say like playing somewhere in Paris would be a dream.
Yeah, I like that. So finally, what's next for you?
So we actually have 4 other songs that like we officially recorded last fall, and we just been like scrambling trying to figure out what our next move is, but definitely going to be working on mixing and mastering like the next 4 that we have coming out. We have some for the winter too, so got a good mix going. um so yeah, I just got to get on that and just try to get everyone back in place and get the ball rolling again, I'd say.
I'm looking forward to see what's coming for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope so. I hope so.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
So a massive thank you, Francisco, for joining me on my channel. If anyone would like to check out the music, I'll leave all the links in the description below for you. But thanks very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you again for having us.
I've seen the way